The pandemic swept the world off its feet and kept them closed in their homes. We were all left clueless and downright scared of how to move forward in the world of social distancing and face masks. And the pandemic took too many people in the first 2 years, from family and co-workers to well-known celebrities. This video will list all the celebs who passed away from the pandemic. First up at number 10, we have Spain's Princess Maria Teresa. The Princess of Spain, Maria Teresa, was the first royal to pass away from the novel virus. She left us at 86, and her passing was announced via Facebook by her brother, Prince Sixto Enrique de Borbón, the Duke of Aranjuez. The statement read that on Thursday, March 26, 2020, the princess passed away in Paris, and included that her brother, Don Sixtito Enrique, begs for everyone to pray for his sister's eternal rest. Maria Teresa was nicknamed the Red Princess because of her lifelong socialist activism and strong advocacy for women's rights. Oh, and it turns out that she was also a professor at Paris's Sorbonne and an outspoken professor of sociology at Madrid's Complutense University. Up next at number 9, there's Ellis Marsalis Jr. The jazz legend Ellis Marsalis Jr. passed away on April 1st, 2020 due to pandemic-related complications. According to his son, Branford Marsalis, he was 85 years old when he passed on. In a statement to USA Today, Branford announced his father's passing. He described his father as, quote, a giant of a musician and teacher, but an even greater father. Well, that's very nice. The New Orleans musician did everything he could to ensure his family became the best of what we could be. His son also added that his father had passed away peacefully after being in the hospital for less than a week. During his tenure at the New Orleans Center for the Creative Arts, Marsalis taught people who became big stars in the future, like the film composer Terence Blanchard and pianist Harry Connick Jr. The National Endowment for the Arts named him a jazz master in 2011. Did you know this is considered the highest honor for an American jazz musician? Marsalis Jr. also had the greatest musical family ever. He's the patriarch of a gifted family which includes 4 sons with illustrious careers, and one of them's Wynton Marsalis, a 9-time Grammy-winning trumpeter. Dang, can their family adopt us too? Moving on, at number 8 is Terrence McNally, the brains behind Kiss of the Spider-Woman, Ragtime and Love, Valor, Compassion, as well as the 5-time award winner, passed away in March 2020 from the virus complications at 81. McNally habitually added gay characters to mainstream movies and even wrote about homophobia and AIDS during a time when topics like these were still considered a social taboo. Matt Polk, his publicist, shared that McNally passed away in a hospital in Sarasota, Florida. The screenwriter had a history of medical issues. He survived lung cancer in the late 90s and suffered chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. According to Broadway, he's left behind a husband, a producer named Tom Kirdahy. Several Broadway stars paid their respects. Lin-Manuel Miranda tweeted that he's heartbroken over the loss of a giant in our world, and that he's grateful for Terrence McNally's volume of work and the playwright's unfailing kindness. Another person that tweeted was actor Patrick Wilson. He paid homage to Terrence's work, stating that his first acting award and Tony nomination were all for work written by McNally, and that the screenwriter had a huge impact on his career. He ended the tweet by saying, "Rest in peace, my friend." Following up, at number 7, we've got Orlando McDaniel. McDaniel, the former NFL player, passed away from the virus complications on March 27, 2020 at age 59. McDaniel had gotten his start as a 2-sport athlete at Louisiana State University and then shot to the top. The Advocate, a news source, said he started showing symptoms after returning to Texas following a trip to Washington, but no one's 100% sure where exactly he might have contracted the virus. Orlando played for the Denver Broncos before being selected in the second round of the 1982 NFL Draft. The athlete would then become the executive director and founder of the North Texas Cheetahs Girls Track Club, a position he held until his passing. More at number 6 is Hillary Heath. The actress and producer Hillary Heath passed away of complications from the virus aged 74. In a touching Facebook tribute, her godson wrote that they've lost the wonderful Hillary, who started her work as an on-screen and stage actress in the 60s and 70s, only to reinvent herself as a producer in the 1990s and make films like Nil by Mouth and A Big Adventure. Williams also shared that she later earned a master's degree in psychology from Oxford and became an addiction counselor. He explained that Hillary worked at clinics clinics worldwide, working with depressed, deprived people, and most of the time, she didn't even charge anything. No peanuts, nothing at all. And Hillary regarded this as her most valuable work. We're down to the last 5. First off, at number 5, Joe Diffie. According to his publicist, Scott Adkins, Diffie was diagnosed with the virus on March 27, 2020, and in a statement released to Rolling Stone, the musician revealed that he's under the care of medical professionals as he receives treatment and requested privacy. He also added that everyone should stay safe during the pandemic. Things weren't meant to be because Joe passed away only 2 days after his announcement. An official Instagram post outlining the news of his passing read that the Grammy-winning country music legend Joe Diffie passed away from complications of the virus and that his family wants privacy. We can't imagine how difficult their loss must have been. Many people shared their condolences on social media, including which 2 names, Trace Adkins, who called Diffie one of the greatest vocalists, and Granger Smith, who wrote that the country musician inspired an entire generation to be like him, and even showered them with kindness and buckets of talent. Coming up at number 4 is Cloris Leachman. The actress/comedian powerhouse that made millions laugh until they cried passed away on January 27, 2021 at the age of 94. Her autopsy revealed that the legendary actress had battled the virus and it had a huge role to play in the cause of passing, though the cause of passing wasn't recorded as the virus. Next up, at number 3, is Alber Elbaz. One of the fashion greats, designer Alber Elbaz, passed away on April 24, 2021 from complications due to the virus. He was the head of the French design house Lanvin and even started his fashion brand in the last stage of his life, AZ Factory. Moving on to number 2, we've got Barbara Shelley. Barbara Shelley, aka the Queen of Hammer, passed away on January 2021, aged 88. She's best known for her work in the 1950s and 1960s Hammer horror films, which is also where the nickname comes from. But anyway, Barbara Shelley fans were sad to hear the news of her passing. If your favorite character/actor from a TV series passed away, you'd be upset too. According to Shelley's agent, the actress contracted the virus but denied that she passed away only from the virus. Instead, she said the cause of passing was her underlying medical issues. Probably the virus aggravated those issues. Finally, at number 1 is Roy Horn. He passed away at 75 in Las Vegas Hospital in May 2020 from virus-related complications. The news of his passing was sadly confirmed on the news as well by his publicist. The entertainer was a household name thanks to Siegfried and Roy, which made the news of his testing positive for the virus in April even sadder. When his publicist shared the news, they stated that he was, quote, responding well to treatment, and we're not gonna lie, it got our hopes up. And then the illusionist's passing burned our hopes to ashes. The other half of Siegfried and Roy, aka Siegfried Fischbacher, reacted to Horn's passing by stating that the world's lost one of the greats of magic, but that he's lost his best friend, and added that from the first moment the duo met, Siegfried knew that they'd be able to change the world. To quote the man himself, there could be no Siegfried without Roy, and no Roy without Siegfried. He continued with his heartfelt statement and added that he appreciates all the doctors, nurses, and hospital staff who worked against the insidious virus that took away his best friend's life. R.I.P. legend. The Siegfried and Roy duo is best known for their show at the Mirage Resort and Casino in Las Vegas from 1990 until 2003. It was discontinued because Horn was mauled and consequently partially paralyzed on stage by one of their tigers. And that's a wrap for this video. Which celebrity's passing from the virus did you think was the saddest? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.